Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
This is going to be interesting,
Definitely gonna be
guys.
interesting today.
We got, and we weren't even planning to go live tonight. We
Nope.
weren't even, we
But
were just, I was going to set it up for Wednesday,
yep,
but,
yep.
you know, the ball dropped, and, it was just one of those, like, where we gotta
We
talk
got to
about it.
talk tonight. We got to talk tonight. We couldn't. It was no holding on, especially by Wednesday. Nah, this can't fizzle because this requires a lot of careful precision and attention, like it does.
Absolutely.
It does.
So, with that being said, let's do this, man.
Let's
The
go.
dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
And we're back.
We are back.
More than expected, but we're back.
We are back.
We got a lot to talk about, even though there wasn't a lot of things to talk about, but we still got a lot of things to talk about. If you guys know what we're saying. But yo, Leah, man, long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been a nice like almost 24 hours.
I feel like it's just about 24 hours. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's been a long wait. It's been a long time, man.
yeah, and I was gonna say, like, I wasn't really Well, I mean, Leia, I kind of had a feeling that this was gonna drop pretty soon, right?
Yep.
Because I was talking to you, Optical, and Will in the chat, in our little like Facebook Messenger chat.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I had a feeling that Kyle was gonna come pretty soon, and I was gonna get that day one. But I didn't pre-order Rey, and I was kind of like asking you guys, like, oh, where should I get Rey? And I was looking around, scouring, like, the reseller area, the marketplace and stuff, and I just couldn't find her for a decent price. It's already too late to pre-order her for a good price, so I was just like, all right, well, I'll let it go this time, right?
Yep.
But dude, man, like this drop, and I just don't see myself paying more than retail for this girl. But we'll dive into it. We're gonna save that for a little bit later. We're gonna talk about the Bad Batch, because we want to start off the stream with some good content, and we got some really good content from the Bad Batch. We got 2 episodes from them. The first one being like 70 minutes long. The second one, which I didn't expect the second one to be dropped in the same week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was going to be like the following week, but 2 episodes in 1 week is crazy. So, but before we talk about the Bad Batch, let's address the chat real quick. We got
to address the chat.
We got 41 watching already, so that's pretty good.
Yes.
We got Thrawn in the house. What's up, Thrawn?
What's going on, Thrawn?
We got Rob Swolo in the house.
Yes.
We got Lane Kramer in the house. What's going on, Lane?
Yes.
Who else is here? Lane going crazy over here, man. Lane and Thrawn. All right. We got Andrew Gibo in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Andrew? Thanks for tuning in. The Collector number 1. What's up, The Collector? We got Greg E in the house. We got Andreas IB. What's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, man. Like I always say, a live stream ain't a live stream without the man, the myth, the King Dingaling.
King Dingaling. What's up, man? What's up?
I can't believe this hashtag is popping, man. Like, I see this.
It's good.
I hope I want to. No, I'm not giving away a Rancor, guys. For goodness sake. I really hope that Optical doesn't tune in.
He is.
And get this party started because I don't want to hear it. Oh, geez. Anyway, Brendan Riley in the house. What's going on, Brendan? I actually played with Brendan. Shout out to Brendan. I actually played with him
my man
last week. And we played some Call of Duty. Hopefully I was, I kind of showed him my skills and everything, which is really
that's
not
my
much.
bro. That's
really
that's my bro. That's
yeah.
my bro. We actually I can't wait. I can't wait to August. I get a chance to spend some time with him and the family for his birthday. That's going to be an eventful weekend, man. We chat every day. Yeah, Brendan, like I said, Brendan's like my best friend, bro. Like we talk every single day.
That's awesome, yeah.
We collect, we're always collecting, and we always you know what? Brendan Riley, and I'm telling everybody this live because I get the chance to do this now live. Mm-hmm. Whoever doesn't listen, Brendan Riley is an enabler and he's a bad influence. literally within the last, I would say it was a span of over 3 months that I collected like 6 figures because of him. No. 2 months that I collected 6 figures because of this guy, because of Brendan Riley. I'm putting that out there. Brendan Riley. Let me point it to Brendan. I'm pointing at you. I'm looking at you, man. You are a bad influence, and I get to vocalize that because you are, and you can't rebuttal that. I'm a witness. I have proof. My bank account has proof. My wallet has proof. You are an enabler, and you are a bad influence, man. And it always happens because he just uses like this trickery, this Jedi, this dark, bro. No. He's an enabler. Brendan Riley's an enabler. He's a good dude, but he's an enabler. I'm letting everybody know that. So if you're friends with him, he will persuade you to do certain things. He uses trickery, man. Like he does stuff like that. So just be careful.
Well, this will be the first time that someone else gets called an enabler besides me. Well,
he's right up there. Y'all from y'all. You know what? You guys, I'll put it this way. You, Brendan, Terry, and Jetta, y'all are the bad batch of influencers, bro. You guys are straight up.
In a good way. Usually I try to enable in a good way where, hey, if you're, I always say, if you're on the fence about a figure, just pick it up. Worst case scenario.
See what I mean?
With Star Wars figures, usually worst case scenario, at least you get your money back. Worst case scenario. So I can't be blamed, man. I can't be blamed because you get your money back when you sell it. So
it's from Doc and PJ's pay.
Oh man. Oh, yeah. Joe P in the house. What's going on, Joe? Who else is here? We got say what's up. Oh, we got JB Collection in the house. What's going on, JB?
JB.
We got KJ Smith in the house. What's up, KJ? Who else is here? I think I got pretty much Jeff Long in the house. Yo, what's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. We got our admin.
What's up?
Awesome admin in the house, Santino
Bertucci. Santino, what's going on, man? Shout out.
Santino doing an awesome job.
Shout out
at our Scum and Villainy Outpost Facebook group. And he does a great job, starting conversations, coming up with really good topics.
Yes.
Getting the group engaged. So shout out to him. We got comics in the house. We got Alexander Regalado. What's going on, man? Who else is here? Shumada in the house. What's up, Shumada? H Green 1313 in the house.
Yeah.
We got BMW Lover. Good evening, Sith Lords. Yes, welcome to the dark side, BMW.
Yes.
Adrian Montoya, and who else is here? Oh God, I could see someone that's lurking in the shadows over there.
What's up?
Far from Death Star, he enabled to buy me. He enabled me to buy First Order troopers. Mm-hmm. Who enabled you?
You did.
I did it.
Yes, you did.
Not First Order stormtroopers, man. Yeah. I will never enable anyone to do it.
You did.
I don't know. Oh man, if I did, I'm sorry. We got DK in the house. Oh
What's
boy,
up,
here we
Big K?
go.
PJ, is it true that you don't use?
Okay, let's move on. Let's not talk about that guy. Let's not attract any attention to that dude in the live chat. So,
Oh man.
oh man. So, we're just being overly bombarded with Star Wars stuff, man.
Yes, we are.
Star Wars content, Star Wars announcements, releases, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
What a great time to be
A Star Wars fan.
Star Wars fan. Just a great time, man. This stuff this was missing for the past. I don't know, when did the Force Awakens come out? I mean, not even the Force Awakens. Even before that, we've been missing a lot of content. I mean, we got the Clone Wars here and there, but it would never just like bombarded back to back to back with just Star Wars merch and content, man. What a great time, seriously. But yeah, man, let's talk about the Bad Batch.
Yes, let's talk about the Bad Batch.
Real quick before we dive into the what's that called? To the talk of the night or the talk of the day. Could be the talk of the week. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah,
could be.
but yeah,
Definitely
man.
Could be.
So yeah, what's your thoughts on the first and second episodes of the Bad Batch?
Listen, and for those who don't know that my favorite character, one of my favorite characters right now is Crosshair. Now the thing is,
really,
I like Crosshair, man. I'm gonna tell you why, because he has like this Clint Eastwood type of vibe to him, man. Like he has this laid back. He's like, if you mix Crosshair is a cross between Rutger Hauer and Clint Eastwood. He's a cross between the both of them when it comes to personality, man. Like he's just like really like he's like, he's precise, but like he has like an almost like venomous amphibious type of keen sense. You know what I mean? And on top of that, like like he's straight to the point. And I can't wait to see him, because his story right now so far is just like it's a bit of torment. We don't know where he's going. So I can't wait. But the second episode to me was incredible. Like, I mean, it was incredible. It was emotionally driven. Hopefully everybody has actually seen it. We're not doing spoilers, are we? Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, we're doing spoilers. I
think we're doing spoilers, but
yeah.
Okay, because people, it's been 24 hours, and if longer than that, if you haven't already seen it, you need to watch it. But this episode basically showed a lot of heart. I mean, we know Hunter has heart, but at the same time, he's behind that tough exterior, he has a lot of heart, and you can tell that he really, really, really cares for what is her name again? I keep forgetting
Omega.
Yeah, he really cares for Omega. And yeah, like he's like, seriously, like that episode just showed a lot of heart, of what he chose to do. And I think it was, his heart was in a good place. He wanted her to actually have a better home, a better life. He knows that basically with them, it's going to be rough. But at the same time, it's like not really recognizing that the simple fact that she is a clone. And so she has sort of like the same personality, just much younger. And in actuality, she would be much safer with them, from like a twisted type of point of view. But I really loved it. I love that we actually get a chance to see the after effects of Order 66. You know what I mean? That, now everybody's coded. They go Omega right there. Like, pretty much you have to have a code in order to travel. Like, it's like, you just like, everybody is like tagged, you know what I mean? You're automatically marked, just so they would actually know. So, pretty much if you are a clone, because what the interesting part about it is that where you not only are the Jedi in hiding, but de facto clones are in hiding. You know what I mean? Clones who basically just wanted to stay off the radar are currently in hiding. It's gonna, like I said, if we get a chance to see Rex in this show, it's gonna blow my mind. I can't wait for that. I mean, because seriously, like, this is what we're actually seeing, in this show. I love it. It's man, look, where it's going, and what we're getting with this is incredible. Like I trust Dave Filoni, and his excellent skill at writing. And these characters, like seriously, like who, like we didn't ask in the very beginning. Like I said, when we got the final season of Clone Wars, we didn't ask for the Bad Batch. We didn't actually. That wasn't something that when they even made the announcement, that they were going to actually do this show. It wasn't something that we really, really wanted, and I thought that I did. It wasn't something that I thought I would really, really want. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it wasn't something that I thought I would really want. But once I watched that first episode, I was hooked. From the first episode, bang. Second episode comes along, it just gave us the right amount of feels. I loved it, man. Like seriously, I can't. It was so good. The episode 2 was so good, so emotionally driven, and then on top of that, we got a chance to see how well we've always known how well they work together. But you know what? It even made me like Wrecker more, bro. You know what I mean? Seriously, like I liked him so much more as a character. At times, in the first episode, I know a lot of people thought he was an annoying character. I didn't. I love Wrecker. You know what I mean? I love them all, and I love how well they basically worked together. So it's going to be an interesting, road ahead. But yeah, man, like I'm enjoying it. I can't wait for episode 3. Like, it's come on, bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm really loving the show. I was in the same boat in terms of I wasn't really expecting a lot out of this show, just because when we first got the Bad Batch in the Clone Wars, like the final season of Clone Wars, the first couple episodes, I was just like, okay, cool. They're really cool. Like they're not like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome, I gotta follow these dudes, right?
Yeah.
But it was a really cool introduction to them, and I was just like, okay, good. If I didn't see them, it wouldn't be, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
But when they announced the Bad Batch, I was like, I'm not really excited for this show. I guess just the fact that we're getting some Star Wars content, I was really happy with.
Yeah.
I was cool with it. But that, man, just like right off the bat from the first episode,
so impressed.
Guess who we see in the beginning?
So impressed.
Caleb.
Exactly.
AKA Kanan Jarrus. By the way, guys, if you guys are comic book collectors, I'm telling you, Kanan had his own comic book, and let me tell you,
it was phenomenal.
That first issue is going for a pretty penny right now.
It was phenomenal.
And I'm telling you, like, if you guys were smart enough to go pick out that comic book before a lot of these shows came out, dude, you're sitting on a gold mine, in my opinion.
Yes.
And it's just one thing about the Star Wars comic books now is that they're doing so well. And not to dive off off the topic, too much, but man, I'm just like excited because I just found out like one of my issues, my Darth Maul issues, is worth. If I see GC grade that book, it's worth like $500.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, like you go from a $4 comic book
to almost $500
to like $500. Like that's a pretty good, in my opinion, a pretty good investment.
A crazy investment.
But it was like almost like an organic thing. I didn't expect it, but when I found that, it was pretty cool. But yeah, like we found, dude, like just seeing Kanan Jarrus as a kid and how he was the one that brought the Bad Batch in that fight scene. Yeah. And just how everything transpired. You see Kanan Jarrus, Caleb's master. I forgot her name. But if you actually rewatch Rebels, it's actually connected because the Sith Inquisitor asked him, what was the last words your master said to you before she died? And he was like, run. Yeah. And guess what the last words she said?
Run. Exactly.
Dave Filoni is a freaking genius.
He's a genius, bro.
He's a genius, man.
He's a genius, and he's basically a Star Wars fan. He's a fan. He's a fan fanatic, and he's like a human beyond human Wikipedia, bro. Like he's a plethora of information. Like I would actually look at him as being his second in command. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man. And but just really excited to see everything transpire, especially with Order 66. And dude, there's something about Ori 66 that gets me every single time, man. To see those Jedis like fall, like get killed, still breaks my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, damn, like yo, like innocent Jedis just falling down one by one by one.
Yes.
And we get to see the Emperor and all that good stuff. And also just the fact that like, we meet Omega, you see the clones, everything's kind of tying in. But I'm wondering what's the role of Omega in the show.
Yeah, I think Omega, like I said, I mean, we're going to discover, because I think there's something really, really, really special about her that even, the Caminos, they know.
They know. They didn't want to say it, right?
They're not really saying too much, but there's something about her that is really, 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 really special that they know about. But there's a really, an interesting reason why they're, in a sense, not really searching for her. They aren't. You know what I mean? That she's with them for a specific reason. And I don't know if it's because it's that they feel safer. You know what I mean? Like they feel as though she might be a bit, they feel like she's safer with them, or if there's an ultimate plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say Thrawn's. It brings up a good point, which I was gonna actually
force sensitive. Could be.
Yeah, because what she was doing when she was talking to Crosshair.
Yeah,
it's like, I feel you, I hear you, I know what you're going to do. But I understand why you got to do it.
Exactly.
You help yourself. It's like she was sensing it. She was good with a gun and all these things. Like, yo, I think she might be the first force sensitive clone. And I feel like the whole show is going to be just basically focusing on her. Like she's the Grogu. She's the asset, right? Like the Empire is trying to look for this.
What? She could possibly be actually the I mean, I would go on the limb and say this, because there's always there's Dave Filoni, he strategically implants characters for a specific reason, so that we'll discover their journey. She could be almost as important as what we got from Ahsoka. You never know. You never know. Going through this actual show, she could be that important, and it's going to be interesting to see her journey. But I mean, just her connection to Hunter and how Hunter, he's like it's sort of like a father figure to her.
Yeah, almost like a Mandalorian and Grogu kind of like partner. So yeah, man. So I'm just really curious to see like how that plays out. And also like it wasn't a surprise when you saw Crosshair.
Yes,
because I feel like he still has that chip. Because he kept on saying,
well, he does. They revealed that he does have that chip still, and they enhanced it. They basically enhanced.
Oh God.
They basically enhanced the meat.
Oh God, please don't listen.
They enhanced that actual chip, and made him a bit more aggressive. Following orders. He was always there, but he couldn't fight it at that particular point. So it's going to be interesting how his role and how he basically gets back in the fold. But I hope they bring him back in gracefully. But I like the conflict, and I like where it's going, because like I say, Crosshair is like my favorite character out of all 5 of them. So it'd be interesting. And you know what? Hot Toys, just give us all 5.
Might as well just give us all 5.
Just give us all 5 of them, plain and simple. Like somebody said the other day, look, we have the we have the heavy infantry Mando. That body works for Wrecker. You might as well just go ahead and do it. Like, just give us all 5 of these characters, because like I said, it's right now at this particular point, it would be a cash cow. You've already demonstrated that you can actually go outside the box, especially what we got with Echo's head sculpt. It was amazing. So yeah, I mean, this show, it can go nowhere but up, man. For me, like I really like it, and it's Dave Filoni. Like I said, I am a Dave Filoni enthusiast. I believe in this man. He's never steered us wrong. He gets just better and better over time, man. Like they've trusted the right person, with these tools. So yeah.
And I was gonna say real quick, I was gonna just talk about the the second episode.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see how the Empire is growing. You get to see that the clone, like you kind of have an explanation why the clones were phased out, because they were too expensive.
Exactly.
So, Grand Moff or Admiral Moff, or whatever his rank was at the show, is saying that like he wants to basically go the cheaper route, and go with like some just non-clone humans or beings, or just so that it's cheaper for them. And I'm pretty sure they need them enough money, or need all that money that they're saving by going with the cheaper route to build that Death Star. But I do want to mention that code, was it what was the thing that on second episode, the code, the thing that the I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, I'm where they have to the code chain, the code. I was like the code. There you go, the code chain. So
they have to get that basically so it can be identified. They can identify each individual. So it's like a tag in a sense. Like they have to have one in order to travel.
Yeah. So here's the thing, dude. That's how they keep tabs on the Jedi. So the Jedi cannot leave the planets that they're on or wherever. They can't travel anywhere, because if they scan that code chain or whatever, or chain code, and it reveals like their history and like who they are, dude, like that alerts like the Empire, and they're sending like.
Now here's my question though, because this is what I believe, because it wasn't, Yoda and Obi-Wan didn't go back just to basically stop or to kind of change the code so that they wouldn't fall in, or they wouldn't actually there wouldn't be a trap. But at the same time, because they were calling them all back, I think that they kind of erased those tracers in a sense, so that the surviving Jedi would have a place. Now the thing is,
but they can't they can't travel.
They can't travel. Yeah, but depending, because like I said, I mean, they can travel, but put it this way: we have Obi-Wan, we have Yoda, we have Ahsoka, and pretty much as we've seen in the actual game, we've had some of these Jedi who actually have traveled, but they just kind of like float under the actual radar. I think it's just like more so if you're not. The thing is, it's like there's the only way, or the only individuals who can sense a Jedi is an Inquisitor, in a sense. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of maneuvering around and stuff like that. But with the clones, they're just tagged from the jump. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting concept, man. Like and how they're doing it. Which is going to be interesting to see how, especially with the Bad Batch, how they're maneuvering around everything right now. Because, and on top of that, like we see what's good about this show, especially with episode 2, is that we see the evolution of the clones, and we see the evolution from clones, what we originally got. And the thing is, the clones were a lot tougher, bro. They were a lot tougher. They were trained. They were more unified as compared to what we got now. Whereas your average Joe Smo can actually join the Empire and be trained to be a stormtrooper and not really know what it really, really means. So you can actually understand how the training has, not even going to say it's evolved, but it's taken like a step back. You know what I mean? So
like evolved.
Like it's we get the whole trope that none of the stormtroopers can shoot, save their lives. You know what I mean? But with the clones, they were beasts. You know what I mean? Like, and they, and they were feared. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, as if the Empire was basically talking about expense and they were trying to save money on the present day clones, the 501st, they wasted money, bro. Like straight up. So it's interesting.
Man. Yeah, it's really interesting, and it's one of those where it's just so cool to see how the Empire is developing. See, like, dude, like you feel like, and especially with episode 2, you feel like you're in that situation where you're trying to like hide from the Empire, and basically that was the whole premise with like A New Hope, right? Like they're all trying to hide, they're trying to stay away from the Empire. The Empire is like these big baddies, and like you make a wrong move, you're done. Especially in Rogue One, it's the same situation where they're like trying to like try to hide from the Empire. They don't want to, even with Solo, right? Even with Solo, how he was trying to travel, you know, and how hard it was to travel. And the only way that he got to travel was joining the Empire, you know?
Exactly.
So, so it's really interesting. It's really cool to see. And I tip my hat to Dave Filoni, man, because he's George Lucas 2.0, man. Just 2.0. He loves Star Wars. He loves the fans. He just loves everything Star Wars. And man, it just resonates in these shows, in these TV shows, and just really cool to see, man. So I'm really excited. Speaking of excitement, right? Like, you and I, we both were going to get this. You and I were both going to get this. But now that we have a connection, this release means more to me now than it did before the show aired. Because I mean, I watched it and it was cool, but now when you're seeing the story develop and how everything's like playing out, dude, I need all the Bad Batch in my collection right now.
And that's what I'm scared of, bro. I'm really afraid that we see Echo, we see Hunter. Like, are they going to stop with the two? Like, I mean, they would have to give us more, bro. Like, you can't just stop with those two. And the thing is, it's like, if they were smart, they would have released them at least around the same time, man. It makes so much sense. Don't delay the process, bro. Be prepared. Be a step ahead. I'm pretty sure that Disney, because you're licensed, Disney's going to actually give you like a couple of the promo shots. You probably seen it before we did. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, just release them all. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, especially with Hunter. Like, we didn't see Hunter's portrait at least I don't remember, right? We didn't see his portrait in the that booth tour that we got from Sideshow, right?
Yeah, we didn't. We did see Hunter, but we didn't see a head sculpt.
Yeah, we didn't see a head sculpt. We see. I think we saw a couple of the head sculpts in some of these pictures, though. Yeah, we did see it like teased in the background.
Yeah, it was teased in the background. So see right there, we did get a chance to actually see it. So I don't know. I'm just wondering, when they're actually going to do it. They'll probably even do it like mid-season of this particular season of the Bad Batch, or it could be like a Toy Fair exclusive. Or who knows? We could actually see it sometime soon.
Dude, there's something about Echo. Like it's definitely similar to his outfit in when he was Echo as an ARC trooper, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's pretty cool that they kind of like stayed true to his how he looked like as an ARC trooper. And but yeah, man, this just looks really good.
Yep.
I really didn't think that we could actually see this portrait. I know we talked about it last week, but dude, it's just, I don't know, man. I am sold. I am sold. I mean, $285 is a little steep, in terms of the price, but
he has a lot of accessories that comes with this figure, man. It's like $285 I can justify with the actual accessories, and then on top of that, with that beautiful head sculpt that we actually got, and on top of that, with the helmet and how it's displayed and how it attached to the figure is unique, something we haven't seen before. So that takes a lot of ingenuity right there. So I can actually, this is probably be the one figure where I can actually justify the price a bit, that I can be okay with that particular price.
Yeah.
Because I loved it.
The collector number 1 says Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. Wow, dude. Damn. That's
bro, Rogue One is up there in a lot of people's lists. Like I told you, it's up there in my top 5. It is up there in my top 5.
Usually, like Empire Strikes Back is like the default number 1, right? But to see like Rogue One number 1 is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I seriously can't wait for them to announce the rest of the clones. You make a really good point about, well, not the clones, the Bad Batch, but you make a really good point about Wrecker. Them using the heavy infantry Mando as the body figure. You know what I'm saying? And they could just use that and just throw some armor on it and call it a day.
And call it a day.
But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm really excited for this release. I think this is supposed to be released next year. Man, I wish Hot Toys would do a better job with releasing these figures. I mean, I get it. It takes that long to produce some of these figures, but man, just the wait, man, it can be a killer.
It's a long wait.
Yeah.
It's a long wait. But I mean, you got to figure that we have so many other pre-orders right now ahead of it, you know, that need to be satisfied. We have so many different figures. We have a lot of Clone Wars figures that we still have.
That's
you know?
crazy.
So that's, you know, I can, you know, I'm if we didn't have so many that we have so far, then I'd probably be like, come on, man. Like you gotta, and who knows, they can actually time period, they can move it up. You never know. They can put like a Mando on us. You know, you never know. So we'll see.
I just have a feeling the next release after this Rey that we're going to talk about in just a second is going to be Captain Rex, man.
Yeah.
I feel I can feel him lingering around the corner right now. Like he's going to release soon. So, but yeah, let us talk about the talk of the week.
Yeah. So far. Yeah.
And by the way, this is done by Jingle Bell, you know, and if you guys are not familiar with Jingle Bell, he does a lot of the blogger picks for Hot Toys. So this is not someone trolling you know, the collectors. You know, it's not another fellow collector trolling another collector. But it is you know, the blogger photographer himself, Jingle Bell. And he's you know, he's really good with his pictures. But all right, man, let's talk about this figure, man. This is this just got announced today that it got released in Secret Base.
Yeah.
Oh man, Leo, there's so many things that is in my mind right now, but I'll let you go first, man. I'm gonna gather my thoughts here before I could, like, you know, give you my opinion. But
so I want to start by saying, like, I am getting this figure. First off, I'm getting the figure because, you know, unlike a lot of people, I wasn't as impartial with Rey as some people were. I did like her storyline. I love basically where she was going. I love just the simple fact that, you know, there was, I mean, listen, Daisy Ridley as Rey wasn't a bad character, and she played it the way it was written. She can't help that they basically gave her a terrible storyline. You know what I mean? They especially when it comes to, The Last Jedi into The Rise of Skywalker. And it's subjective because a lot of people will say that, you know, it was good. A lot of people will say it was bad. You know, some people have mixed feelings and stuff like that. Watching The Last Jedi, I can understand the approach and where he was going with it. It's just that what he did with Luke, you know, and some of the characters just absolutely made zero sense. But like I said, that's my opinion. But back to Rey. Now, I'm going to get this figure, and I do love, and I have them all. You know, I have the Force Awakens version, which basically is right here. So I have this version here. Okay, so if you see her, oops, sorry about that. If you see her, again, look at that head sculpt. If you can actually see it, it's not as clear, but I like the head sculpt. I like what we actually got with that figure. It's probably one of my favorite head sculpts. And you can actually see, like, look, when you look at it, you can see Daisy Ridley.
Especially with the way you have her pose right there.
Yeah, you can see Daisy Ridley. Okay, so that's the Force Awakens you know, Rey that we actually got. Then we move on to The Last Jedi, which now, mind you, I still have all three of the actual versions. I have the other one actually in the cabinet right behind me. I didn't pull it out, but I pulled this one out specifically because the head sculpt in this, you can definitely see Daisy Ridley. You can see that. Okay, so the figure itself, you know, at least for what we got so far, to me, you know, I loved it. Now, before I even actually go to the figure itself and the head sculpt, let's talk about the accessories that we're getting with this figure. Okay, so we're getting both, Luke's lightsaber, and we're getting Leia's lightsaber, and then we're also getting Rey's modified saber herself, which I'm happy that they're actually adding those accessories. I was wondering if they were going to do it. I kind of, expected them to do it, and they did it. Listen, this figure to me, and not only do we get like Dio, and we also get the helmet, the training droid, the training pro, we get that, but we get a lot of accessories, interesting accessories with this figure, and I don't have a problem. I really don't have too much of a problem with this figure. Here's where I do have a bit of a problem, is because I think that the head sculpt, to me, and it's in my opinion, is a deviation from what we actually got from The Force Awakens, and also for what we got from The Last Jedi. I don't, even if you look at the head sculpt that we actually got as the prototype, a lot of people were bagging it out, but it needed improvement, but at least it was a sign that we could see some of the things. And now, mind you, the head sculpt could easily be the way the camera angles or the lighting is hitting this figure. It could be totally different from how it would be once we get it. You never know. I usually basically wait until we see like Howard Chan's. He usually does like he'll put up like the production head sculpt and have it, just close to you can see it. I want to make that determination, but to me, I feel as though that this head sculpt fell flat to me. It fell kind of flat. I'm still going to get the figure, but it fell kind of flat to me. I still love Rey as a character, but it still fell kind of flat to me when it comes to the head sculpt, especially considering the simple fact that how well the Kylo Ren head sculpt turned out. I had high hopes for this figure to be the same way. You know what I mean? So you can't look, even though we're getting the accessories and we're getting everything, that still doesn't make up for a head sculpt. I don't, and I'm not going to say, look, it's not Ant-Man terrible, and it's not really that much of it's not a bad head sculpt to me, but I just feel as though like they could have put more emphasis on it. They could have made it a bit better. You know what I mean? Because I don't really think, I don't really see, to me, I don't see Daisy Ridley in this head sculpt. And that's just my opinion. I don't see her in it. Does it mean that I'm not going to get the figure? Nah, it doesn't mean that. I'm still going to get this figure. I just don't see Daisy Ridley in this. It's boom right here. Take it back to that one from the side profile. Who are we looking at right there? Who is that? That's definitely not. And I was, talking to Brendan earlier. He said the hair was pulled back, and I get that, but it's still, when I look at this particular photo, I don't see her. I don't see Daisy Ridley in this photo. So I think they just, from the past issues that we actually got, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, I think this is a slight deviation from it. It's like almost she looks younger, less mature than she did in the other figures. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm going to get it, but I just think that it seems like Hot Toys is saying, you know what? Take what you get, take it or leave it. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? They know we're going to get the figures, and they know that basically they make the money. And it's like, don't get arrogant and lazy with your head sculpts. We want quality with everything, which kind of scares me from what's to come. Again, we saw what we got, and not to deviate from this, but we saw what we got from the dual pack Boba Fett, how good that head sculpt of Tamora Morrison is. I can guarantee we're not going to get that same head sculpt. I'm just going, and that's what makes me feel kind of fearful for what's basically to come. When I see this, it's like, come on, man, like y'all can put a tad bit more into it, just a tad bit more. It's just not, is it a horrible head sculpt? No, but it's just not Daisy Ridley. Like, I was like Maya, a friend of mine, she was talking about how this isn't, Rey from the film. This is not Daisy Ridley playing Rey. It's more of like a cosplay version of Rey that we actually got. And I agree. Now that's an excellent pose. And I can somewhat slightly see around the eyes, Daisy Ridley, but from the nose down, I don't see it at all, bro. It's not the same figure. So I don't know if we're paying this much money for this figure if we're paying these prices for this figure, then I think that they should actually take more time. I would have rather them release this particular figure in like July, August, just to get the head sculpt a bit more, a bit better, man. Like seriously, just a tad bit. And I feel as though they could have done it. Now, I'm not saying that they have to actually do that. And they, look, we got it. So here it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not a Tony Stank. It's not an Ant-Man. You know what I mean? It's still a decent looking figure, but I'm like, come on, man. Like, do better, in my opinion. Just do a tad bit better, man. Just give us something. Give us a bit more quality, because right now I'm just not seeing it. I mean, and this is just my opinion. I'm not knocking, and I'm not trying to tell anyone not to get this figure, because like I said, from the top of the day, right before we talked about it, when the topic started, I'm getting this figure. I will actually have it. Now, mind you, I have them both of them on order through Sideshow. So the chances of me seeing these figures probably won't be until like mid-July. Who knows? Or even August. Who knows? Especially with shipping right about now. But again, it's a beautiful figure. It's just, I think the head sculpt can be a bit better than what it is. I love the tailoring. I love the accessories that we're actually getting with this figure. I love Rey as a character. I love basically Rey and Kylo, and I love how basically, in my head, how I would want to pose him, but I just think it can be a tad bit better. And that's just my opinion. Not to knock, but I just think it can be better.
Yeah, I agree. And, I woke up this morning and, usually it's usually like, you wake up, you go check your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever social media platform you have on, and you just check to see if there's any. For me, I usually check if there's any releases by Hot Toys and
yep,
dude, like my first initial reaction, and usually I go with as soon as I see like a final production blogger pics are up on Hot Toys' Facebook page.
Yeah.
I usually try to go with my initial reaction. Usually I go like with the Boba Fett Deluxe, right? I'm like, damn, that is phenomenal. Or even the Kylo Ren. I was like, wow, that Kylo Ren looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But with this Rey, I was just like, I even said it. Like I usually say it on my Facebook page. What happened with the sculpt?
Yeah.
Like what happened? This is like usually you could always count on Hot Toys to kind of like nail like the female portraits, right? It's usually like old figure, older characters, like Krennic, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
But and female figures, right? Like with Wasp, what else? Nebula. Who's the other girl? Her sister, Gamora. Ellen Ripley. Like I could keep going on and on with the list. Hella.
That's what's one of the dopest head sculpts. Which Brendan Riley was an enabler who made me pay $600 and some for that figure, but we'll talk about that later.
But it's just like it's just one of those where you're like, okay, cool, like you know that it's going to be in good hands, especially from the prototype. You're like, okay, it's okay, and Hot Toys will
now this figure, like, hey, that pose right there that we see right here, that is beautiful. Like I love that scene. I love basically the way they have this position. It makes sense. Like I love this. I love what we see here. But again, it's like, what Dave said, Hot Toys should have put more love to this head sculpt since it's their last Rey figure, which I agree with 100%, Dave. I couldn't have said it better. Like they could have gave this more love and not rush it. But somebody said earlier, and I agree. It's sort of like Hot Toys is like, you know what? Let's get this out the way so we can get rid of that line and just forget about the sequel trilogy. You know what I mean? We just want to move on from it, get that out there. And the thing is, this figure will sell out. I will tell you that it will, and I'm gonna tell you it's going to sell out. And the reason why I think it's going to actually sell out is the simple fact that the accessories that we're getting Leia's lightsaber. We're getting Luke's, we're getting her, Rey's modified saber that we finally got a chance to see from her staff. You know what I mean? So we're getting all that, the accessories. Now it's a nice assortment of accessories, the tailoring on the costume. It's a Rey figure, so it's going to sell out. But that does not mean that I think it's the best. You know what I mean? Basically, the crescendo should have been with this particular figure. It should have been better. And they just didn't take the time to do it, man. I don't think they took the time enough to really do this figure. It's justice.
Yeah. So, for me, it I agree with Dave. This is the last Rey figure, and they didn't do it any justice.
No, they didn't.
Right. And will this sell out? Yeah, eventually. I think it sells out, depending, right? Like, I don't know. I usually speculate, how many figures they made and all these things, but it's all speculation. I'm no fucking expert, excuse my language. Like, I'm just I just I usually go with my gut feeling. Like, I'll say something like, hey, you know what, I don't think they made a lot of Rey figures, but I think they probably made more Rey figures than Kylo figures, just because Rey is a beloved character, especially to the female fans, the younger female audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I'm sure Hot Toys wants to capture that market as opposed to Kylo. He's more of a bad guy. And, I'm saying, but to pay this just for the accessories, like pay $240 plus shipping, plus tax for just the accessories, for a figure that you're not going to be really, truly happy with. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it, especially when we're getting a ton of releases. Captain Rex is on the horizon, guys. Yeah. Now, you say to yourself, what are you going to pay for it? Would you pay money for this Rey figure, or are you going to pay money for that Captain Rex, which is about to release? And with history showing how well Commander Cody did, all those Commander Cody collectors are going to pick up Commander Rex, or Captain Rex, should I say?
Well, that's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer. That figure is going to go quick. We already know that. If you don't already have it on pre-order,
yeah, but you have, it's almost like you have to look at the overall picture, right? Yeah. Okay, that's great. We got a Star Wars figure, but you got to look at the overall picture. How many figures are we getting? Are we getting from Star Wars? Can you collect them all? Like, I'm collecting them all, but can a lot of the collectors in the live chat, can you say you're going to collect all of them? You're going to start picking and choosing, and this is the time where you pick and choose. I hate to say it, but for me, I'm starting to pick and choose. The only reason I would get this figure is to review it. If I get this figure and I review it, I ain't keeping it because I just don't want that figure. I don't have an emotional connection to this figure. Just because I'm not a fan of The Last Jedi. I'm not a fan of The Rise of Skywalker. I don't like the ending. That's just my opinion. And please, I'm not trying to offend anybody here. If you like it, great for you. Great. I'm so jealous that you love this movie and you love this character. I am. Because as a Star Wars fan, to not like a certain content or a certain character hurts me. Hurts me deep down in my heart. Yeah. But I'm not going to be fake about it. I'm going to say hey, if I don't have an emotional connection to this character, I'm going to pick it up. Yeah. But I'm going to review it and then probably sell it down the line. But with all these figures coming out, man, do I want to go through that hassle? I mean, seriously, do I want to go pick up this figure, enjoy it, and then try to sell it in the aftermarket when you have Optical and I were talking in the Facebook group, when you have so many Reys, that's better, right? Yeah. Like, I'm looking at that Rey from Force Awakens. Yeah. Dude, with the amount of accessories that you get with that Rey, I'd rather have that Rey than this Rey, in my opinion. You have the ultimate Rey right there on your table. Yeah. A lot of people passed up on that figure because not only did you get a different set of outfit, you get BB-8. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm talking more not just the character, more of a figure, a figure perspective, right? That has a better sculpt, in my opinion, and better accessories. You know what I'm saying? And $285 for that 2-pack. Man. Now, when you think about it, you're like, damn, that was pretty cheap. And now this is $243 plus shipping plus tax. It's going to come out close to $300. So I don't know. It's great. I mean, for the people that are like on the fence or like they want like a Star Wars figure now, just really think about it. Just really think about it, because what's on the horizon and what's the figures that's coming up pretty soon. We got tons of them, and you have to think overall, like, what's your collection going to be? Because man, look at the Mando line, man. We're gonna get Queel. We're gonna get like Blurgs. We're probably gonna get Grief Karga.
But you know what?
The armor? Come on. What about the armor?
The thing is, though, we have to remember, though, like the biggest thing with this is, yes, those figures are coming, but they may experience the same thing we've experienced with this Rey figure. And the thing is, it's like, I hate to put that doubt and, you know, that skepticism on Hot Toys, but I mean, they have shown their vulnerability, man. When it comes to some of these head sculpts, they have actually shown that they're not as great, you know, as people, you know, peg them to be. You know what I mean? Like I mean, there's a lot of these unlicensed companies that are making incredible head sculpts. You know, literally making incredible head sculpts, really making incredible figures and substitutions for what we're getting from from Hot Toys. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, literally, you know, it's getting to the point now that, you know, almost, you know, you're dealing with $1 billion company. You might as well say you're dealing with $1 billion company when it comes to Hot Toys. So it's sort of like their arrogance is showing. Either you buy it or you don't. Now, mind you. And that's terrible. Now, mind you, here's what it is. Rey characters and these Rey figures have a track record of selling out. Every Rey character that we've actually gotten has sold out. It has. And you know, the Rise of Skywalker figure took some time, but it hit waitlist and it sold completely out.
Oh, you mean the Last Jedi?
I mean, yeah, not the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, Last Jedi. Yeah. The Last Jedi figure hit waitlist and it sold completely out. You know what I mean? I actually, like I said, I got one that I paid for. The second one I won through a contest with Sideshow. I still have 2 of them, and I actually like the figures, you know. But
wait, you have
I have two Last Jedi figures. I have one.
I'll buy one from you.
I have 2 of them. I literally have 2.
I'm like thinking about it, man. Like I'm regretting not picking up that figure.
Bro, I literally have 2 of them. I have one pose with Luke, the crate Luke of what I thought should have been in Rise of Skywalker, and then I actually have one pose with Kylo and the Praetorian Guards, which is this one right here. So, you know what I mean? Like these things sell. Like they'll sell out. It's just a simple fact that with this last version of it, it's like,
how long will it take?
How long will it basically take, you know, for this figure to, you know, I don't know. Now, and you know what? If it would be a redeemable quality, to be quite honest, as I see, you know, Brendan talking about it, if they did release a Dark Side Rey, if they did that, if they released a Dark Side Rey, you know, then I can justify, be like, okay, cool, I can deal with that. But don't get the head sculpt right on that one if you didn't do this one justice.
Well, I was going to say, they might have mixed the head sculpts. This might have been the dark side. This might have been the dark side.
It could have been, bro. It could have been. But, you know, they know that.
Dark side, right? And then they.
But, I mean, I say that because am I saying that they're going to necessarily release a Dark Side Rey? No, I'm not saying that they will. And I don't have the confidence that they will. I heard that a lot of people wanted them to release the twins. They wanted them to release both training, you know, Leia with Luke. I don't think they'll do that either. I think that Hot Toys wanted to complete this line. They wanted to complete the figures that they actually had out. They wanted to get those out there so they can be done with it. And I think at this particular point, they are done with the Rise of Skywalker. I think they are. I really, really do.
Yeah, and you know what? Lane Creamer says that like we're being too critical of the figure. I mean, I don't think we're critical of the figure.
Honest.
We're just being honest. I think
I'm just being completely honest.
The thing is, you know, what you guys, what would you like us to say? Like, you want us to say, "Oh, it looks good. Buy it. Hey, guess what? It's gonna sell out. You're gonna make money off of it.
Listen,
it's gonna go good for the market."
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. No. I'm not. You're not going to get that. And I'm listen. And I'm telling everybody who's listening right now. And I'm with full transparency. I'm not telling you that you have to actually, that not to get this figure. but I'm not gonna bullshit you. Excuse the expression. I'm not. I'm gonna be 110% real with my comments and my opinions about the figure. I'm not going to basically, because then it's not me being me. So if you don't like what I'm saying, I completely understand that, and you have a right to your own opinion. I'm not being overly critical. I'm being 100% real on what I feel, because I've been collecting these figures for some time now, a long time. And I feel as though some of the quality in Hot Toys, everybody pegs them to be this great company, and they basically follow them, but they don't want to point out the flaws, because you don't want to point out the flaws. You want to be a loyalist, but at the same time, be real, because then I'm gonna think you're fake, plain and simple. And I'm just being 100% real. Point out, you can speak up. You have a voice. I'm not saying that Hot Toys is listening to me. They're not. They don't care about what I'm saying. They're $1 billion company. But I'm gonna be real about my opinions and tell you what I feel and what I think. If you don't like that, then maybe, like I said, there are other, reviewers and other people who, basically will, they like the figure. They'll talk about it. I'm not in that bracket of individuals who would talk about this figure and just give it an all positive, knowing in the back of my mind that I just don't feel a certain way about it. So I'm sorry if I'm being 100% real. I told you from the top when we jumped on this topic, yes, I am going to get the figure, but I am unhappy with the actual head sculpt. It's my opinion. And I think that what we have to also separate ourselves from when it comes to people who follow the channel and us as collectors, that not everybody's going to say what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. That is not why I'm here. I'm here to give an opinion, plain and simple. That's just what it is. We have our opinions. I'm not going to knock the next man for their opinion, but this is my opinion. Do I think the head sculpt is on point? Hell no. I'm being 100% real about it. I don't. Compared to the other head sculpts that we've gotten, compared to the other versions of Rey that we've gotten, no, it's not on point. I'm going to still get it, but I'm not 100% satisfied. And that's just mainly it. So listen, if you don't like what we're saying, you got to understand, we're being completely honest. We're not running the mill. We're not yes men. I'm not a yes man. And I don't basically hang around individuals who are. I would expect you to check me just like I'm going to check you. But what I'm saying right now is that this figure isn't 100%, in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure there's other people who feel the same way. There might be some people who feel the way that are afraid that way and are afraid to speak up. I'm one of them that will speak up. So I'm sorry. It's my opinion. Live with it, or you don't have to. But I'm not knocking you for yours. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think what it is too. You hit the for me at least, you hit the nail on the head. Again, we're not knocking the figure. There's a lot of good aspects to this figure, but the portrait is not there. Especially, look at Lael. He's collected all the Rey figures. He's loved all the Rey figures.
Yeah,
except for this one.
I love him. Yeah,
and so that says a lot. Where you have someone that actually collect. I don't collect Rey, so maybe you might think of me as maybe overly critical or maybe biased, maybe towards the character or whatever. But I at least listen to Lael and say, damn, this guy bought a whole bunch of Reys.
I have them
pre-ordered
all.
This, still has his pre-order for this figure, and still disappointed. And he's right. We have to call out. I mean, this is no Tony Stark where everyone's uproaring about this figure. But at the same time, when figures are getting more and more expensive, and it's the truth, guys. It's the freaking truth. You have to call out the BS, the bullshit. You have to call it out. You have to go, you know what? I'm paying $243 for this figure, plus tax, plus shipping. Yeah. That's out the door $280, maybe close to $300. $300, and you're gonna be okay with an okay sculpt. $300, you're gonna be okay with an okay sculpt. I don't know about you, man, but $300, I work hard for that $300. So it's just one of those things where you have to call it out. I mean, you may get it, and you might keep it and you might like it, but if you're not fully committed to that sculpt and you're not absolutely loving it, I could see it. I could see that person selling it in the long run. I don't know. That's just me. And let's look at the sculptor of this of this portrait. And that's one thing I always say. Look at the track record of these sculptors. And if you wanted to look up the sculptor of the figure that you're about to pick up, look it up in Hot Toys' website. They give you all their information about the sculptors and the artists that worked on this figure. So here it is. Here is his work. So, Leo, looking at his track record, you know, I could say, and I'm not going to include Clone Wars Anakin in there just because I feel like that's just a reissue of that portrait. But look at what's his name? I can't think right now. Moff Gideon, right? It's an okay sculpt. It's not perfect. Alita is basically just like a cartoony character. I mean, she looks good. Here's Tony Stark, decent. Wonder Woman is a hot mess, in my opinion.
Well, that version of it is that particular version, and which, like I said, they can do it justice, and they have time to do it justice. It's just that right now, what we're getting is just a little off kilt. You know what I mean? But they can. It's to be quite honest, when I look at that Wonder Woman head sculpt, it's a step up from what we got from Justice League. It's in my opinion.
I agree.
It is a step up because I can slightly see Gal in that head sculpt.
But compared to the golden armor one,
I
mean,
different.
The golden armor. But I mean, I feel out of all the portraits that he sculpted, I mean, it seems that Cable seems to be the best one. You know, I think Cable looks pretty good, right?
Yeah,
pretty decent, right?
The Cable head sculpt is on point.
Yeah.
It's on point. Like, to me, I think it's, but here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. We get these head sculpts. The biggest problem is we get the prototypes, and they know that when we are looking at, you know, this prototype, you know, we see this, we see the prototype. We see how, you know, good. I mean, in most cases, we can see the resemblance. You know, I can see that resemblance in that figure. Come on, man. Like, I mean, seriously, once we get the production type, it's like, how my thing is, and I never really understood that. But then somebody explained it to me, is that JC, he does the original sculpt itself. Is that what you're saying?
He paints the original sculpt.
So he paints the original sculpt, but then he gives it to someone else. I'm like, bro, like, if you're doing it, like, okay, what I'm wondering is with him, what is he seeing, and what is he not, what is he allowing, I guess, you know what I mean?
I mean, I just feel like, you know, I don't know. I mean, there could be a lot of behind the scenes things, you know. I just feel that, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know if they didn't care about this figure. You know, they were like, well, you know what? We're moving on to Mando. We just want to be done with this line. You know, I feel like it's like a thorn in their side. I feel like the sequel trilogy has been like a thorn in their side, especially with all those First Order troopers that didn't do well. I'm sure they lost. I don't know if they lost a lot of money, but you know, they didn't make out too well with those. But here is courtesy of MRC. I can't wait to see his review of this figure. You know, one thing I like about MRC is that he kind of shoots from the hip. You know, it's pretty, you know, he's pretty straightforward. He is my favorite Filipino 1/6 scale reviewer, and I don't, compared to Optical, MRC 10 times. No, Optical is still my favorite Filipino reviewer, though. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, looking at this picture, you get quite a bit of accessories. I'm really excited for all these accessories that you get. Like, again, for someone that doesn't like the last scene, I don't care about this accessory pack right here. I don't care about Dio. Like, did Dio do anything? I mean, I think he had a couple lines throughout the whole movie, but I don't love him as much as I love the freaking Gong Droid. You know, I love the Gong Droid more than the Dio. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, I mean, again, this. I don't know. It's a decent release. I'm not saying it's the worst head sculpt
And
I've
yeah,
ever
nah,
seen.
it's not.
It's just, but
It's
like
not.
for a beloved character, like Rey, and I'm sure a lot of us are. I mean, I'm getting the Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was hoping to display Kylo Ren with Rey.
Yeah.
But at this point, like I'm probably just gonna display Kylo Ren with the rest of the Sith Lords, man, the dark side
And the
crew.
thing is, again, like I said, I'm going to be, and then play devil's advocate with it. Like it could be, again, because when there's certain way. All right, when I look at this photo, okay,
Mhm.
it looks good. Like when I look at this one, it looks good. If I look at this photo that you had, it looks pretty good. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I don't know.
yeah.
I basically see that, you know, my thing is, and it could be the lighting, it could be the way they, the camera angles, it could be certain things. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I won't know until I get the figure myself.
Can I say something though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, out of all the pictures that we see online, these are the pictures that you want to see because these
You're right.
bloggers are hired to
You're right.
make these figures look
You're
good.
right.
Now, if you're saying that if these bloggers can only do so much and it still looks like it's a decent figure, I mean, can you imagine when you get the figure and you put it in your lighting?
Yeah.
Like in like I don't know, a regular lighting like this, like how it's gonna look to you.
Yeah.
Like for me, like with Tony Stank, I kind of gave it the benefit of the doubt. Like I was like, oh, in the blogger pictures,
Yep.
some looked good and some didn't. But then when you
Yeah.
got it in hand, it wasn't so bad. Like I wouldn't cause an uproar over it, but it was bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It was bad. I was, and again with this one, these are for professional photographers trying to make this figure look good. This is as best as it will look. All the other, YouTubers, they may have like the best like video camera, but these guys are professionals, man. So it's going to be hard, man. It's really going to be a tough pill to swallow. And again, I know there are a lot of us that are like a Hot Toys loyalist, a Hot Toys apologist, some might say, oh, if you don't like the figure, don't get it. Well, I'm not, but at the same time, like I was looking forward to picking up this figure. I was, who's to say if they mess up on Ahsoka, right? And I always go back to Ahsoka. That Ahsoka prototype
I knew you would.
I know. That because I love Ahsoka, man. But I'm saying, like, the Ahsoka prototype was not the best prototype photo I've ever seen. And that's a beloved character, Boba Fett. I was really excited about that. I was like, boo.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I was like, I need to do a preview video right now, and beat Optical 20, But I don't know. With Ahsoka, I was just like, man. It's there, but not completely there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm really scared to see how that plays out with Ahsoka. But Optical brings up a good point: is that hey, there are going to be more Ahsokas in the future. Unfortunately for Rey, this is it, man.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like, look, I mean, at the end of the day, we are all collectors here, and we all pay money. You know what I mean? We pay money for these particular figures. Now, everybody says it's a hobby. You know what I mean? Why are you so frustrated or whatever? It's because, okay, I don't call $280 something. You know what I mean? I don't call that just a hobby. For a 1/6 scale figure. That is highly detailed. You know what I mean? That we basically waited on. Yes, I'm going to get this figure because, like I said, I'm a Star Wars loyalist and enthusiast. So I love these particular figures. I'm going to get them, and I have to complete, the trilogy. Like just like Single Songwriter said, he feels as though Hot Toys just wants to be over the sequels. I agree. I think that they do. And this is why I don't think that we're going to see another figure, from the sequel line. In my opinion, I don't think we are. Someone said a while back, and I like in the comments earlier, that we still didn't get a base. And I'm like, you're right. We still haven't gotten base. As beautiful as that figure was, as amazing as that figure was, we still didn't get it. And Sideshow still has it up for RSVP. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, you don't tease us with these figures, but then give us some of these particular figures and the head sculpts are off. Like, it's just the way it is. It's off. It's not where I think it should be. I wish that it was. I would hope that it would be, but it's off. And I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, this is an amazing figure, you should buy it. Look, you should buy it if you want it.
Yeah,
it's simple. If you want it, buy it. I want it, I'm going to buy it. But just because I'm buying it doesn't mean I have to be 100% happy with the skull. You know what I mean? And I just don't think, I just think that, look, if we're paying, look, we're giving the money, and I just think that there's a level of arrogance that Hot Toys is currently showing at the very moment.
Yeah. And can I say something, real quick? There is a level of arrogance, and guess who's enabling them? A lot of YouTubers out there, that are not they're apologetic for, or not even just Hot Toys loyalists, and defend Hot Toys to the grave. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, like, you gotta call them out, because you know what, Hot Toys, they're not gonna know, or they're not gonna care, because you're going to buy it anyway. So if you don't want this figure, or you're on the fence, and you're not sure, don't pick it up, because you know what? There's so much more other figures that you can buy, and this might be better than this figure. Maybe, hey, listen, oh my gosh, that Death Watch Mandalorian looks good right about now. $235. I'd rather pick another Hot Toys Death Watch Mandalorian than this figure. Add an army build with that Death Watch figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it in the long run, because we're getting so much more Hot Toys. We're getting so much Star Wars shows. Can you really collect all of these figures? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, PJ. You're going to have this figure.
No, I don't know, man.
I bet you do.
I don't want to pick up this figure. The only time I would pick up this figure seriously is to review it. I honestly would. I seriously don't want to keep this figure. I'm being straight up honest, man.
PJ, get this figure, PJ.
No,
PJ, get the figure.
I'll only get it if the chat wants me to review it. That's about it.
The chat wants you to review this figure. Get the figure, PJ. You might as well.
Well, I will review it if people want me to do it, but I'm not going to keep it. That's 100, man. That's PJ, 200%.
You may get this figure, and you may change your mind once you get it in hand.
Oh, hell no. I'm not changing my mind.
You never know, PJ.
No,
man.
I know. Stop enabling me.
You enable me all the time, man. It's just payback.
I know, but like, dude, like, I'm telling you, dude, like, there's so much more that I'd rather be enabled. Like, I'd rather you enable me to, I don't know, pick up another blurg.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. Wow. But for me, I'm you know what? I'm gonna pull up something for you guys. And shout out to Aero Maestro. He shares this some of these pictures. He actually made like a bounty list, right? Look at all these figures that's about to be released by Clone Wars, right? Right? You got Commander Cody, Captain Rex, Anakin Skywalker, and Stap, Ahsoka Tano, right? 501st Clone Trooper, Battalion Clone Trooper, 501st Battalion Clone Trooper, non-deluxe, Coruscant Guard, Darth Maul. Okay, let's keep on moving. Whoa, Eddie, what's up with that? No, but like, what's up, Eddie? No, let's see here. I think he had the Mandalorian somewhere. Well, we had to scroll past that little like picture he had. Oh, where he had the Mandalorian somewhere. But anyway, he had the Mandalorian. Oh, damn, Eddie. I don't think I should be sharing this anyway. But oh, here we go. This is a good. Here we go. Shout out to Aero Maestro, by the way. Here we go. But see all these figures. That's dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Tusken Raider, Death Trooper, Shore Trooper, Jango Fett, Death Watch, Ahsoka Tano. I mean, Bo-Katan. You want more? I mean, how many more figures that that Hot Toys is going to release, man? And we're not done yet.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this even to myself. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm guilty of it too. And I say this to everybody who's a collector and that's watching this channel right now. I think it is time, honestly, that in a sense, we have to kind of lower our expectations. In a sense, we do. I think because we set a certain level of expectation on these figures, and then if it doesn't come out the way we want it, we do get disappointed. And I'm guilty of it myself. I'm guilty of it with this Rey. And I don't really say that often, but I'm guilty of it with this particular Rey figure. And it's only because I collected them all. Like I have them all. But I think that now I'm learning to lower my expectation,
Is that right though?
Know what? But I think I have to. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the thing is, I could be pleasantly surprised in the end. I could, because I didn't place so much value and expectation on getting something that's going to be amazing. So if I lower my expectation and don't really think about it, something can come out great. Listen, that Kylo that was just released, I like the head sculpt. I love it. I don't know about everybody else, but I think it's a decent head sculpt. It's a damn good head sculpt. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it. You know what I mean? So there was no expectation with that as it was with Rey. Mm-hmm. I expected Rey to be decent, and this is what we got. But, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I just have to live with it for what it is and just take it as it goes. But I mean, I don't have to be necessarily happy with it, but it is what it is. I just think as collectors, even with YouTubers, sometimes all of us, some people do, but I just think that now I have to lower my expectation. And once I get it, just wait. And the thing is, wait, because the thing is, it's like in my mind, and just like we're looking at that Mando head sculpt. We're looking at not the Mando head sculpt. We're looking at the Boba Fett head sculpt and like, that head sculpt is great. I'm hoping it. No, I'm right now. I'm saying the head sculpt is great. We'll see what we'll get. If it's like that in the end, I'll be happy. If it's not, I had no expectation. I lowered my expectation. And that's the way I'm getting with Hot Toys, because they put it this way. If no one actually said a word, if not one individual voiced their opinion about that Tony Stark head sculpt for the Mark 85, if no one said a word, they would not have reissued that head sculpt. They would not. They would have let it slide. If no one said a word, they would have let it slide. That's the thing. They only did that because, number one, it's a marquee high class sell for them. That's one of their hottest items. And of course, they want to actually bring this particular item, this Rey. They can give two flying F's about it right now. They don't, because like I said, like Single Songwriter said, they want to get rid of the sequels. So they can care less about the quality of it. I'm not saying that that's the way they look at it, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, from what they got, I mean, someone had to step in and say, look, what's up? They didn't, and they just let it go. I'm just saying right now, after what I've seen, I'm just going to lower the expectation and just keep it moving. And whatever I get, I'll get. I'm hoping that I'll be pleasantly surprised. But half the figures that I had on pre-orders, they're already paid off. So I don't have a choice but to get them now and just wait and see. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. I'm just going to wait and see, cross my fingers, pray, hope that it's going to be on point. If it's not, lowered expectation, I'm not going to be that disappointed.
Well, definitely agree with you, but at the same time, I have to agree with Jeff Long here. He goes, I will lower my expectations when Hot Toys lower their price tag, especially when we have, I mean, can you imagine? I don't want to jinx it, guys, but just imagine the new Captain America, $375, and they mess up on that portrait. that's a pretty price to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like now, like figures are 285 now. Like, my expectation is going to be high because, all right. So like, let's say like I'm not a crazy Star Wars collector, right? And I'm just like casual Star Wars, Hot Toys, Star Wars collector. And I only have like a budget of maybe 10 figures a year. And I'm like, damn, all right, I have Rey on my list and I can't wait to get her in. Oh, shoot. What the hell? What happened? I already have, like I have this paid off already. Like what the, I'm really you know what I'm saying? Like, these are not, unfortunately, these are not like Black Series figures. They're not, that's why we're so opinionated about them. If a Black Series figure comes out like crap, it's $20. Who cares? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, even with $100, you'd be like, okay, it's $100, but these are like close to $300, man. And it's just, I don't know. And with Hot Toys being oversaturated with Star Wars figures right now, like, you just have to kind of like, for me at least, pick and choose your battles at this point. You know what? If this sucks, this portrait sucks, don't pick it up, man. Like if you're like, I like the yellow lightsaber, and I know a lot of people are like, well, I like the yellow lightsaber. Seriously, you're gonna pay $300 for that yellow lightsaber? Once you just get it in like on eBay for like $30-$40. You would save so much money. Plus, you could use that money towards a another Hot Toy. I'm sure someone's gonna part it out.
Yeah,
there always are people that part out their figures. But I don't know.
Jeff said I would lower my expectations when Hot Toys lowers their price tag. I hear you on that one, bro. That's the truth. That's the truth.
I get it's. I'm telling you guys, it's just, dude. We're not. Bad Batch is not even done yet. Who knows? They might reissue Thrawn. Thrawn's right there. He's, he might get a reissue. Who else? Commander Cody might show up. Ahsoka might show up. Who knows might show up in this show, and then Hot Toys will make a figure out of that. That character. Right. You got Book of Boba, Mandalorian. Jon Favreau is.
I want a Fennec too. I can't wait. I'm hoping. Please let him release a Fennec.
And a Fennec. Now, we always say like, oh yeah, well you could buy it and then sell it later. I mean, we're gonna do the math for you here. I was telling these guys last night after the stream, I sold a $450 statue right on eBay. $25 they took out of eBay tax. eBay tax took out $25. PayPal took out another $20. That's almost $50. That's not including the listing fees that I'm going to be charged at the end of the month. It might be $30-$40. Listing fees 9%. That's not eBay tax. They're two different things. Yeah. So you're going to go through that hassle, and like Optical said, you're going to go through all this hassle just to sell this figure for what, $50? And God knows that guy might scam you in trying to sell this Rey figure.
Yes, indeed.
At the end of the day, you gotta pick and choose. Like you got to speak with your wallets, guys. I'm gonna try and speak with my wallet here. If I were gonna pick, like I said, if I were gonna pick this up, I would do it for you guys to review it. I don't have this on pre-order, and guess what? I'm gonna be honest here. I would have to pay $350 just to get this figure shipped to me. I have to overpay to get this figure shipped to me just to do a review. Yeah, for Rey. Is it worth it for me? Absolutely not.
Or you can wait through Sideshow.
I can wait through Sideshow and do a review then. But even then, I don't want to go through that hassle.
Yeah.
It's
unfortunate that I have to basically, because like I said, I mean, I ordered both Kylo and Rey through Sideshow, so I'm waiting.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like, say you get this. So I get this figure, right? And I'm like, shoot, I really hate this. I hate this Rey figure. And I'm going to try and sell it. Guess what? That Rey figure is going to be competing with? It's going to be competing with the Force Awakens Rey and with the Last Jedi Rey. And guess who those sellers are going to, I mean, those buyers are going to pick up?
Yeah.
They're going to pick up that Force Awakens Rey.
Yeah.
Because that's the better Rey. In my opinion, that's the better Rey.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I
sold Sideshow's Mall on surprisingly enough, I sold that figure for like $450. And I was surprised, but then I knew there was a demand for Mall. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You know, and just one of those things, you know, I try to stay in this game as much as I can, even though with the rising prices of Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Again, for those people that are really like, they really love Rey and they really want to pick up this figure, congrats. Congrats, Leal. Seriously, congrats.
Yeah.
I think, you know, like you said, it may not be the best portrait. But everything else is good about it, like the accessory pack.
Yeah,
the accessories, the outfit, the helmet, you know, deal looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it does. Like I said, it comes with really, really decent accessories. You get, like I said, you get both Luke, Leia, and her own modified lightsaber. You get Dio, you know, you get the exo helmet. I mean, so you get some really decent. Look, there are some upsides to this figure. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to blow it out of the water. I'm not here, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not here to basically say, you know, you can't, you know, I'm not here to basically say that you know, it's, there are good qualities about this figures. And if you love it, you know, get it. You know what I mean? You can actually have it. But I mean, in my opinion, it's just one of those situations where, you know, I think that, you know, you have to call it out for what it is. You know, yes, I'll get it, but I'm not happy with the head sculpt. You know what I mean? And, you know, and I think that we have to be more vocal. As much as we were vocal with that Tony Stark head sculpt, as much we have to be vocal with these figures. Like Hot Toys has to be held accountable, you know, for low quality. Especially if we're paying us. I mean, look, if you're a collector and you hold them to such a high, you know, level, you know what I mean? Like you have an expectation that certain things or certain figures that we would actually give from them are going to come and it's going to be quality with it. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of quality. I mean, I'm talking about, and there's not so much quality with it, especially when some of the figures that you get, you might have accessories that break easily. You might have tailoring issues. You might have that fat suit articulation is not on point. There are certain things about these figures that aren't 100%, but yet we have our faith. And I'm one of them because I actually literally truly love Hot Toys quality of figures in the detail that they actually have in it. But I think that they have to be more consistent with it and give us, if we're paying these prices, give us quality, basically put love in the figure. They always say, look, your mom, when she cooks, she makes the food out of love of what she because it's a passion. I'm pretty sure this is a passion for them. Just give us quality. I don't think that's saying too much. I don't think that's expecting a lot. I mean, or asking for a lot. We just like, if you want us to pay these prices, then at least give us a bit more quality. You know what I mean? But again, I'm going to get the figure. You know what I mean? I'll have it, within my collection, and I'll just ride like that. But I am going to voice my opinion and just let people know that, if I don't like something, I just don't like it. But I'm not telling you that you have to dislike it. I'm not telling you that you can't.
Yeah. If you like it,
if
you like it, I'm jealous. I'm always jealous if someone likes it and I don't. The reason, especially with Star Wars, and the reason why I say that is because I'm a Star Wars fan and I want to like it just as much as you, And if I don't like it, then it's disheartening to me because it's Star Wars. I don't want to dislike anything Star Wars. I have passion, dude. I'm picking up a $365 110 scale General Grievous. That's how much I love Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? That's an expensive statue, and I wouldn't recommend anybody do it, but I just I'm really excited for that statue. And here, just go back real quick to Rey. Do you think that we should have kept the prototype, or do you think the prototype was worse?
The prototype had its flaws too. It did. The prototype definitely had its flaws. We're just going to call it like it is. It did. And I don't think that, but I do think, okay, so here's the crazy part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird. So when we look at it, do you have a side by side with this particular head sculpt compared to the one that we just recently got? You don't have a side by side.
No, I don't.
But I mean, I'll say, so look at this. All right. So from the nose up, you see Daisy Ridley. If you cover the mouth, you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now on the newer version, it's almost the same way. Like, I just think that it's a decline. It's a slight decline. It's better if you look at the mouth. Now, if you look at the mouth, if we use this mouth on that prototype that we got, we would have probably got something better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just think so. But I mean, and the thing is, I'm calling myself out on this show because I'm guilty of it too. I placed expectation. My expectation for this figure was too high. How much more quality do you want from Hot Toys? Name the last time they caught a brick and produced a terrible figure.
Mark 85.
Mark 85. Ant-Man. The list
Ant-Man.
can go on. So no. Let's go back. So you'll wait. So let's call it out. Mark 85. Terrible head sculpt. That's why they basically brought out a production, or they brought out another version of that head sculpt. Ant-Man. We still actually haven't gotten a reissue of that head sculpt. Wasn't the greatest. It was not the greatest. It really did suck. Okay. Force Awakens, Luke that we actually got, that head sculpt was not on point. So if you want to talk about that, let's just really go back and actually know who you're talking to.
Yeah. Qui-Gon wasn't that great.
There's a lot of head sculpts out there that weren't really great. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you say that,
Force Awakens, Chewbacca.
There's a lot. Exactly.
Jawa and the Gong Droid 2-pack, $285 for that 2-pack, bro. That was like a $200 at most 2-pack, in my opinion.
Bro, the list goes on.
But again, we're so blinded because it says Hot Toys. Just like it says Apple. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh wow, Apple. They made a $1,200 cell phone. I'm buying it. What does it have? A better camera from last year. Oh, okay. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Does it have expandable memory? Nope, not yet. Apple has never had an expandable memory. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't feed the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I don't feed the bullshit, and I'm just gonna call it out. Just like somebody said that the Black Panther head sculpt was not on point. I 100% agree. It was not. That head sculpt, compared to what we got, the prototype was better. What we got with that head sculpt was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait. If you want to say that there's perfection in every head sculpt that we've gotten with Hot Toys, I'll wait. Prove me wrong. If you can't, let's move on to the next topic. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. 100% facts. Prove me wrong.
Well,
facts.
And again, why do you keep buying them? Also,
exactly.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing: is that why do we keep buying them? Because there's no other choices. Until someone comes out with more Star Wars figures or Star Wars statues or Star Wars anything, then we'll go that route. But that's why I want other companies like Iron Studios. I want like Queen Studios to get the license to make Star Wars stuff, because just to take away from some of these, collectors away from Hot Toys, so that Hot Toys could say, shoot, oh my gosh, we're losing customers. Where are they going? Oh, because of that Queen Studios and Iron Studios, they're making Star Wars pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they already lost their sculptors to J&D, and that's, and unfortunately, yeah, they're the market leader right now because they have the license. If you give the license, their Star Wars 160 license to 3.0, 3-0 will take advantage of that.
Hey, check it out. I'm gonna say this. I do buy better. Hot Toys is the market leader for right now, but there are better. So yes, I do buy better. I don't just buy Hot Toys figures. I don't just buy Sideshow figures. I will buy some unlicensed figures, most definitely, because there are qualities. And there are some figures out there that are 10 times better. So yes, I will buy. Yes, I will. I will step out of it. So come on, man. I'm just like Optical. We can debate this until you're blue in the face. You're not going to win this argument. So let's move on to something else, PJ. What's up?
Yeah, but again, it's just one of this thing is again, you just have to you just have to call out Hot Toys. And you know what? I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of YouTubers who know they might be in the live stream right now taking notes, and they're going to probably come back.
Go back. Go back on that one.
Oh,
that's funny. I'll cancel my Black Panther and hoping for a new one. Yeah, I mean, that's just.
Yeah, and you know what? We're just collectors like you. We don't get sponsored by some resellers, or we don't get free figures. We don't get discounts on figures. We buy our figures just like you guys.
Exactly.
And we're just being honest.
We're some people can't take that. They can't take it.
I don't use hype. We don't use hype to as our main thing for our content, right? We don't go, oh yeah, Hot Toys, woo 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 woo, bye. Come on, guys, bye. All the Hot Toys, it's just just one of those things. I just think that like people, I think just people need to just realize take those Hot Toys sunglass shades that you have on, take them off, and just look at the light, man. Because
straight up, man, like there's so much I can actually say right now, but like I said, we're being PG rated right now. We're going to be PG. We're going to be G rated. So it's so much I can actually say, but I won't. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. But like I said, for the interest of time and also the interest of keeping this PG rated, let's basically just leave it and keep it here. We're going to play fair here, and I'm speaking to all the true and blue collectors out there, people who really do understand, and a lot of people who can call other people out. We know what time it is. And just like somebody said earlier, you know what I mean? Someone said earlier, 3-0. Yes, they are. They are coming at Hot Toys. There are a lot of people that are coming at Hot Toys. Is not the end all be all. 100% not. Yes, I'll get the figures from them, because I'm not saying that they don't produce decent figures. There are other companies that still basically they experience the same flaws. Sideshow, they have flaws. There's other companies, Iron Studio, they have flaws. There's companies that do.
You gotta call them out.
You got to call them out. It's just that, you know what? When you basically say that Hot Toys is the head of the food chain when it comes to 1/6 scale, then that means that they have to also be responsible and held responsible. We have to call them out. And the thing is, it's not a lot of people doing that. That's the problem. You're afraid to call them out. You just want to, I'm going to tell, Hot Toys is not putting money in your pocket, but you're definitely putting money in theirs at the end of the day. Plain and simple.
I agree.
They're not paying you. They're not paying you to buy their figures, but you're paying them for quality, right? They're getting rich off of you, fam. So what's up?
Oh, actually, Damn Toys. Brandon Riley is right.
Damn Toys, exactly. Assassin's Creed. Every figure that he has from Damn Toys is on point. I've seen them all, and they're on point. Damn Toys is crazy right now. With Assassin's Creed, they're on point. I'm telling you, Toys era right now is killing it with their come on, man. We can talk about this all day. Day.
I was gonna say Damn Toys, I wish they got more license, because they did that Vito Corleone, which I'm looking to pick up.
It was crazy.
It looks pretty damn sick. No, so let me see if I can pull up their website here. Do they even have a website? I don't know, but anyway, just I just feel like just Hot Toys has just been I don't know what it is. Maybe they lost a lot, which they did. If you guys don't know, they did lose a lot of sculptors. They did.
Yes,
It's a
it is.
fact. It's a fact. They went
did.
to J&D Studios. Look it up. Look it up. That's the reason why that Mark 85 sculpt looks bad, because Kojun, the original sculptor for that portrait, left to go to J&D. So I don't know. I know we're probably beating a dead horse at this point.
We are.
I do apologize to everybody. We're just, what it is too. We're just, as collectors,
we're passionate about it, bro.
We're not only we're passionate about it, but we're just kind of sick and tired of everybody hyping up Hot Toys. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it is? If you're keeping hyping up Hot Toys and you keep saying, oh, they're the best, no one can beat them. Guess what? You know what? Then you're just putting, shit in the Hot Toys ears, and they're not, they think they're better, and they're not going to want to be better because they think they're the best. There's no motivation to improve. You know what I'm saying? So if they hear like, oh wow, oh my gosh, there's another bunch of collectors just complaining about this Rey figure. What can we do to get better? Oh man, they're complaining about this Mark 85. They're complaining about this M-Man. They're complaining about this. They're complaining about that. Man, there's something that's up. Oh, our sales are down. What's up? I don't know. It's just I just think that I agree. I apologize for everybody to hear us talk about it and beating a dead horse. So not to be beating it down any longer. But anyway, we decided to do this live stream last minute.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did, because it was a pretty hot topic, and
it was just based off of opinion, and that's the thing. It's like all of us, we are allowed to have opinions. Just like if you look, you can call me out all day, and if I'll take it. You know what I mean? But you have to, if you can dish it out, you have to be willing to take it as well. You know what I mean? We're just giving our opinions, and I don't think that we would be who we are if we didn't. You know what I mean? Again, like I said before, I am still at the end of the day getting this figure, but I don't have to be, just like when I review it, I'm just going to be completely honest about the figure. I don't have to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to basically just give you my opinion. Food for thought, plain and simple. So, and that's the way I think everybody should be. I'm not, and I'm telling you this right now, I'm not doing it for ratings. I don't do this for ratings because I have a passion behind what I do, which is collect. Collecting is what brought me here, and why I've met half the people that I've met so far. I'm friends with so many individuals. Collecting is what brought me here. I'm really and especially when it comes to Star Wars, I'm extremely passionate about it. You know what I mean? I am passionate about it, and we do want. And the thing is, again, Hot Toys has given us quality figure, and they've shown us that they are well capable of doing it. They have given us quality. Somebody said earlier, hey, just buy helmeted figures so you don't have to worry about the head sculpt. That's what it's looking like, so far. That's why I wasn't even worried about the Mark 85, to be quite honest. I have the original Mark 85 version with the original head sculpt. I don't care about getting a replacement head sculpt, because my plan wasn't to have him without the helmet in the first place. That's just the way it was. So I can care less, when it comes to that figure. But some who don't, I'm not going to have that training helmet on Rey the entire time. Like, it just defeats the purpose. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, look, they do have quality, but at the same time, we have to also call them out when there's flaws. And I think we all should. I mean, we have to basically hold them responsible. We have to hold any company responsible when they're not giving us the quality that we think. And especially if they're holding themselves up on a high platform saying this is what we produce, but you give us something less, we're going to call you out and be like, well, this is what you said you could do. So what happened? You know what I mean?
They're not Hot Toys. They're less than Hot Toys. They're less than hot. I don't know. They're warm toys. Anyway, just to wrap things up real quick. Again, we don't want to beat a dead horse. Hey, congrats to the people that are picking up that Rey figure. I think we said enough. I think we talked enough about that figure. But moving on, just to give you guys an idea, and shout out to Aero Maestro for putting up these pictures and showing us how many figures we're going to get from the Mandalorian line. I mean, because seriously, this Mandalorian line is turning out to be one of their biggest Star Wars lines ever made, because we're getting the Blurg, we're getting the 2-pack Mandalorian and the Blurg, we're getting the accessory pack, the Grogu accessory pack.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these. I'm like, shoot, I got that. The Stormtrooper Commander, Ahsoka Tano. Well, here's the single, I guess the non-deluxe Ahsoka Tano. The Bo-Katan. Oh, here's another figure that is, up for some scrutiny as well. This portrait, Bo-Katan.
She is. As soon as that figure hit, there were so many daggone memes about it. John Cena, this, that, and the third. So I'm saying, like, this isn't. People have to keep this in mind. This isn't something that we're just saying. When that Rey hit the internet this morning, a lot of people were saying what we were saying. You just probably haven't seen it, but they were saying that plus more. So what we're saying is mild to what other people have been saying.
Yeah. Here's the Boba Fett Deluxe, the Darth Trooper, the Shore Trooper. I think isn't there 2 Shore Troopers we're getting, right? Do you remember?
Yep.
Okay.
We're getting the Grunt and we're getting the I think the Lieutenant.
Yeah, we got the Transport Trooper, the Moff Gideon, the Tusken Raider.
Yeah.
By the way, he apologized for putting this up. Jango Fett's not part of the Mandalorian. The Death Watch Mandalorian, which I believe is going to be like the next Shore Trooper.
Yeah.
Just because it's priced really well at $235.
And you got to get 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, that's the reason why I'm not picking that Rey figure as of right now, unless people really want me to review it. And yeah, I would pick 2 of these up, man.
Yeah.
Display them side by side. That'd be awesome. One shooting one way, one shooting the other way. That'd be sick.
See, I want to display them with Bo-Katan because it just kind of fits. It makes from the the show's perspective and the narrative, it might not make sense, but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Metamorphic Cousin. Now that one I cannot forgive. The Bo-Katan needs work. Absolutely.
Metamorphic Customs knows, like, that's the thing, and like everybody we're talking about it. And that's what I'm saying. I'm being optimistic, but my expectations aren't really there. I'll just wait. I'm still gonna buy it, but I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm lowering my expectations just to see if they make it better. Plain and simple.
Scout Trooper bike. Oh, here's another one. I know a lot of collectors have been getting a lot of issues with the mouth.
And that was the last thing that I thought they would have a problem with. But then when I started seeing them, I'm like, okay, is everybody just breaking this on purpose? But no.
Yeah, I think a lot of them, they're coming in like that.
Yeah.
They're not even like, here's the Mandalorian Deluxe, Death Trooper, Incinerator Trooper, Remnant, Stormtrooper, IG-11,
which I just received today.
Congrats, that's a beautiful piece. Let's talk about that before we wrap things up. And then the OG Mando, but yeah, quite a few figures, man. Like that's I'm telling you, that is the biggest Star Wars line I've ever seen Hot Toys has produced.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your thoughts on the IG-11 before we wrap things up here?
You know what? You're gonna be mad because I haven't opened it yet. It's still sitting there. I haven't had time because I was working earlier on a couple of things, and then, like I said, I jumped here, so I haven't had the time to do it. I'll probably, if I'm up, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be up after this, but I haven't actually seen it yet. But I will definitely crack it open tomorrow. I know I'll do it tomorrow.
I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are. But it's just because that figure, to me, is going to be one of those figures that's going to seriously once it sells out, I don't know anymore. I can't predict.
It's going to be
But the thing is, before I could predict, because there was, when I first started collecting, there was no such thing as a reissue, right? Reissues was never uttered out of a collector's mouth.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't think they're gonna, it's gonna be a while till you get an IG-11. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think we're
definitely not getting K2SO again.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't think that
we might.
We might. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't think that OG Mando was going to be reissued pretty quickly. I mean, you have to get him with the blurg.
Yeah.
But we got, you're the people that missed out have a chance to pick it up, instead of paying like what $400, $500 on eBay for this figure. Let's say it's $400, right? $400, pay another $155 and you got a blurg.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheaper than what the blurg's going for now. And this is not coming out of my mouth, by the way. I give a lot of credit to Optical 20 for explaining the reasoning behind the math behind the why you're better off picking up the 2-pack rather than getting just the OG Mando by itself on eBay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, man, it's just, Hot Toys, they're really capitalizing on Star Wars right now. Star Wars is hot. It's going to be a while before we get some more Marvel Hot Toys figures. I mean, we already know what we're getting from Black Widow, right? Taskmaster and White Widow, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to get the other characters? I highly doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Depends on how well the film does, or if they, I mean, Hot Toys is watching, so if there's hype behind it, if people talk about it, it's a possibility. We never know. I think that they're going to focus on those 2 characters, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At this point, anything's possible. Again, you know what it is. Like I always say, like, do what you love and love what you collect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just don't buy a figure just because someone's telling you to, or because that's the hype right now and you're had the FOMO attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Buy it because you love it. That's what I always say in my at the end of my videos. Collect what you love.
Exactly.
Don't collect what you're okay with. You know what I'm saying? Like, collect what you love. If you love that character, you love that figure, pick it up. Doesn't matter what we say or what we talk about or how critical we are. If you love it, don't listen to us. Pick it up.
And the thing is, it's like I always fold it out that like I'm gonna still get the figure, but I'm just and I don't out of every figure
but you like you said, like what you talked about with some of the Star, like there might be.
I like the Rey figure. I like the Rey line. I really do.
Yeah. And and again, like you said, with like a lot of the, as a Star Wars fan, you pull, even though, like, for me, like, I don't, Attack of the Clones is one of the weakest Star Wars movies out there, but you pull something out of that movie that you hold dear in your heart, and that's what makes it special. For me, I pull out Jango Fett.
Yeah.
I pull out Attack of the Clones, Yoda.
Yeah.
With that scene with Dooku, you know?
Yeah.
I pull out that Anakin when he was slaughtering the Tusken Raiders, because you're like, oh shoot, like he's going to the dark side,
Yeah.
And the same thing with you, right? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I'm just from what I'm seeing and understanding that you even though you may not be a fan of the sequels, or even with a fan of the figure of the portrait itself, you're still pulling something out of it to pick it up because, like you said, you have all the Rey figures.
I have all the Rey figures. I have Kylo Ren, like every Kylo Ren figure. I mean, I liked, pretty much both of them. I have. I mean, Luke Skywalker. People who know me know that Luke Skywalker, and is pretty much one of my favorite figures. So I have every last one. Look. I'm still going to get it because, like I said, I support, but it's the simple fact that I have to be honest, man. Like, and I think we all do. We all should. If we don't, then we're just pretty much accepting anything.
Yeah. Fat Cat too. Yeah. Again, I don't know about you, Leo, but figures are going up in price, but my salary ain't,
Nah, they're not.
The hours that I have to work are going up for me to afford these figures.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing. Like, but again, we're running, and I think that every YouTuber is saying the same thing. It's like we're getting in where there's an era right now where we have to start being really, really smart, but being selective about what we collect. We can't have everything. Everything looks nice, but we can't have everything. I don't have every Iron Man figure. I'm selective on which ones that I actually choose. You know what I mean? I don't have, every stormtrooper. I don't have every first order trooper, but I'm very selective. When it comes to the clones, though, I will have every clone trooper because I actually love the design and the pattern of those clone troopers. If it's anything OT, I'm going to actually have, like, especially anything Empire, I will have anything New Hope. I will have anything Jedi. I will have, you know what I mean? Because like I said, it's a nostalgia for me, but I'm very selective, when it comes to certain figures. And I think that you have to be, you can't, not all of us can afford everything. And I'm not like, the run of the mill YouTuber and everyone else, who can actually afford to have them all. I've been fortunate that I'm really smart about collecting and how I collect to have as many as I do have. Just like I'm pretty sure everyone, out there that's listening right now, they are. And then some of them basically listen to us for insight. Just as like, like we said, we talked about the other day, we're planning on having like a fan chat where we just, get questions from them and we talk to them. Like we just chat about the things that they're interested in and things that they want to talk about. I can't wait for that show because, you know what I mean, that we can get perspective and insight from them, but I just don't think, I'm not here to throw shade at anybody. I love everybody. I love all collectors and even people that listen to us. I'm into it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't always have to agree, but at the same time, I think we have to really respect everybody's opinion. And I think this is what this community is for. This is, I guess, always this is what this show for and what this show's for. We have to respect everybody's opinion and, just run with it that way. At the end of the day, we all love to collect. This is a community that we love and we all stick together. I'd go to bat with anybody in this group. Anybody in this group, anybody who, subscribes to this channel, I go to bat for everyone here. You know what I mean? Because I think this is a community that we've created and that we love and that we're a part of, and I think that we, in a sense, we are passionate about certain things that we want, this is who we are. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Is it wrong to ask for Hot Toys to do better? Is it wrong?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, as a company, they should always be wanting to do themselves every year.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I would want them to do better. Always would want them to do better.
Let me ask you a question though. Let me ask everybody out there real quick. I'm gonna leave it with this. Do you think that we're gonna get a reissue on the heavy infantry Mando?
Man. I don't think so. Not for a while.
He's not dead.
I know. Yeah. I mean, not now.
We can possibly see him in season 3 of Mando. Remember, they are headed to Mandalore. So
no, I agree. No. I mean, like straight reissue. I don't think so. But like reissue based off the season 3, absolutely. Yeah,
I think we possibly will, man. I think we will. I think not so soon, but I think we possibly could.
A lot of people are saying no.
I think we could.
Yeah.
I mean, but if we don't, like I said, I mean, don't hold me to it, but I just think that we possibly could. We never know. Now, I would love to see an armor.
I think we're gonna get armor. We're definitely gonna get an armor. That's there's no portrait. It's a helmet. It's easy for Hot Toys. I'm telling you. At this point, we're gonna get our armor. I'm just waiting for that announcement. To be honest, who knows? We might get that for how they usually have that ACG HK convention right in the middle of the year. In July. It usually coincides with San Diego Comic-Con, and that's where they bring out their big guns and just show you what could be possibly coming out. They tease you with like Jedi starfighters and stuff like that. So armor is going to be coming soon. You know what? Let's. So you
think we're going to get the armor?
Oh yeah, I'm going to make a bet right now. If the armor doesn't come out right now, Leal, I'll buy you a steak dinner.
I don't eat meat.
Oh shoot! Okay, I will. I don't know. Shoot, I'll get you something.
We good.
Yeah. Damn it! I'm like, damn it. We'll think of something. We'll make that bet in another live stream. So all right, guys. So 73 watching, seriously, from the bottom of our hearts. Again, please don't take this the wrong way. Yeah. We're just very frustrated because we know we want these figures to be perfect.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to ask for near perfection with these portraits?
No.
I don't think so. Right? Because we're paying $300 for these figures. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, don't buy them. Well, we want to buy them because they represent the characters that we love, and there's no other choice. What else can we do? You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Again, seriously, we love everybody tuning in. We love everyone listening. We may have difference of opinions. Please, again, it's okay to have difference of opinions. I respect yours. Hopefully you respect ours. Mm-hmm. This is for us, we're trying to be real as possible. We're not telling you to buy 2 Kylo Rens or 2 of Hot Toys figures. We want you guys to be with us in the long run. We don't want to see anybody being priced out or saying, you know what, I can't go on because there's too many figures and they're too expensive. Yeah, those are the two sentences I do not want to hear from anybody in this live stream. Again, we try to look out for our fellow collectors. We don't get paid. We don't get sponsored. We don't get free figures. So whatever we're saying is coming from the heart. And we love Star Wars as much as you guys. We love these figures as much as you guys. So if it comes across that we're like, whoa, these guys are going crazy. No, we're just passionate collectors and passionate Star Wars fans.
I promise the next show will be more lighthearted. There won't be rants. We won't be upset. It'd be better. Like I said, I promise you it'd be better than
it'll be a fun. We might bring
it'd be fun. It'd be fun. As next show, I'm going to talk about Brendan Riley and how he's an enabler the entire show.
Yeah, we might bring on my second favorite Filipino reviewer, which is Optical 20.
Optical. Shout out to Will Foxification, Optical 20, and shout out to Terry. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Like, shout out to
everybody in this live stream. Shout out to you guys. We love you guys, seriously.
Yes, we do.
And again, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. And like I always say in my channel, always do what you love and love what you collect.
Exactly.
And then here we always say, may the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a great night. Peace.
You too.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unknown.